me fix my hair.
I've
First.
been I've been trying to fix my hair for the last like 10 minutes before this call went on.
Mine went through everything since 6 a.m. So I'm just like, just hold on. A little.
Yeah. Welcome to the CHASM review. Today I am reviewing the album Phobia by the Russian pop singer DashaDay. And guess who joins me right now? It's DashaDay herself. Hello, welcome.
Hi everybody.
It's so wonderful
Thank you
to have
for
you here.
reviewing my album. I'm actually super excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's so much to talk about and so much to go through. So let's just dive straight in. Was this song like the one that kind of started the entire journey of the album, or was this one that came a little bit later on? Like, when did this song sort of become itself?
I actually wrote this song 2 years ago, and I remember I was inspired by something. I definitely listened to a lot of Lady Gaga since her album got quite viral back then. And I was like, I want to make something that sounds super like hard, sort of a bit metal, but pop type of metal. And I got a little bit inspired by a Phantom of the Opera melody, but at the same time, I've never seen, is it like, it's obviously an opera, but I think there's a movie also, but I've heard this melody somewhere. So I was like, actually, I have this lyric that came into my head, why not try it? And it sort of like came out this way, and I was waiting for the right moment to put it out, and I did it. So now there is a song. So it was the first song from the album, and then I was like writing more songs, and I thought, okay, what do they have in common? Broken heart. And what does this mean? Phobia of Love. Ta-da!
Yeah. Wow. And it came to be. That's so cool. Yeah, no, it's such a cool track. I love how it sort of dips and it goes up and then it goes down. And it's just like got a really nice hook to it, and just how it sort of goes through. It's a really good track, and it's a great start track too. It's a really good start, like to start that album off, which is awesome.
You don't wanna be friends. You just wanna.
It gave me such like hit single vibes straight from the get-go. It's really like in your face and just like, you know, just it's such an awesome pop vibey song that everyone can sort of get around. What was your creation behind that?
Personal experience. Usually I'm just like, when I write something from my personal experience that I'm inspired, not like, because sometimes I get inspired by movies, books, and like other stuff, like people around me, for example.
Of course.
But this time I was like, okay, there's one person, and the situation that sort of like happened, it couldn't leave my head properly. So I was like, I think if I need to deal with my emotions toward this situation, I need to write a song about it. And that's what I usually do. If you listen to my songs, all of my songs basically are my emotions. So I wrote this song. I sort of forgot about it because, again, it was after my trip to London. Wrote it. I was like, I actually want it to be fun. I want it to be like girly pop song, but at the same time, I really put a lot of effort into lyrics, and I want people to get the meaning of what I'm saying, even though it's sometimes I don't say things straight. I did this, and spoiler alert, this person listened to this song, and this is the first time I got a reaction from a person. Whoever the song. Usually I'm super silent about it, but this time I was okay. This person basically was like, this song is about me, it's obvious. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, but there's facts, like it's about me. And if you like check the first verse, it's just basically about this person. I'm just like, but like, you're not this age. And he was like, I was this age like 2 days ago, literally like my birthday was. And,
Oh man, I guess you
but
run the
actually,
risk of that every now and then though. Like if you write a song about someone or that sort of thing, you sometimes you do run the risk of them sort of figuring it out or trying to like put the pieces together and be like, oh, that song might be about me or this and that or whatever. Or sometimes people can be really delusional and think a song's about them when really it's got nothing to do with them whatsoever, and they want to try and like put themselves in that
yeah.
song. It's like no, just no, leave me alone. It's like nothing to do with
I
you.
know that because I believe some people from my life think that some of the songs are about them, and they're definitely not about them. I'm just like, oops, yeah, it's not about you. But
Yeah,
this one was
yeah.
definitely about the person. And the funniest thing was when the person was like, wait, like this song is so cool, but did you just call me a loser? And I was like, oh. I was like, I don't write good songs about men, especially if they sort of did me wrong and you did me wrong. So
There you go,
yeah.
yeah.
When I'm cold and scared, no, never
I love this song because it's so nice and it's very stripped back. It's quite a vulnerable song as well. I think I may have already said this before to you, but it feels like a song you could sing around the campfire on like a cold night with that acoustic guitar. It just gives me those kind of vibes. Was that the sort of vibe that you were going for when you sort of decided to write this song?
Yeah, since my teenage years, I was a big fan of The Neighborhood, and I really wanted to write something really like warm, so people could like listen to it when they're sad, when it's raining outside, and when they're not feeling very good if like somebody dumped them or they're just missing somebody who they don't talk to anymore. And I wrote this song, yeah, and it came out like super fast actually. I was
Right.
just basically telling what I felt deep inside, but I like to be dramatic. So sometimes it's like it depends on the song, but sometimes it could be like 30% my truths. And I was like, okay, 70 is gonna be super dramatic something. Because we people will love dramatic stuff, especially when it's about sad songs.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. No, I definitely agree with
Maybe
that.
I'm just saying that so the person who thinks this song is about wouldn't be like, oh my god, this song is about me, but it's super sad. And I was like, no, it's not about you. Or maybe it is. So
No.
we'll never know.
No, we'll never know. Oh, it's so good. I love it. No, it's such a cool song. As I said, it gives you like lovely campfire, it's like vibes and scenes. It's such a different song to what, like all the rest of them as well. That's what makes it stick out really well, and I really love that about that song.
I feel lost since you've been gone. When
My favorite song. Yes, love this
Oh,
song. It's so good. Yeah. It's the first time I heard it, I was just like, "Yep, this one's hit me straight away." And you know that thing when you hear a really good song and you're like, "All right, I hope nothing happens in this song for it to ruin it because it's going so well at the moment." And nothing did. Like nothing did. It was just great from start
yeah.
to finish, which was awesome. And you actually released the video for this one as well recently, didn't you?
Yeah, just 2 days ago. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a brutal video shooting. Actually, like it was super raining and we survived, and I think it added some kind of like gloomy mood for the video,
Yeah,
which
I think it.
suits
Yeah,
the song.
yeah, 100%. It suits the material. Did you shoot that in London?
No, in St. Petersburg. I just went to St. Petersburg. I guess it was a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And my
Right.
friend was there. She's she's super talented, but she's never filmed a music video. And I was like,
Wow,
I'll
really?
teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have really good camera.
Yeah,
So
you
a
do.
lot of my videos, if they're filmed somewhere outside of Moscow, they're filmed on my equipment by people, by some people even like never filmed anything professionally. I was like, we'll do it.
Yeah,
The same thing happened with Manipulator music video.
yeah, right.
And you will never tell that Manipulator music video was filmed on iPhone. I can see your cat.
Yeah.
The cat.
Oh, again. Hello. Yes, it's just yeah, he's just popped his head up then for a minute. he's not well, she's not in a good mood because she had to get her fur cut off because she had some knots in it. So she's got. I'll show you a picture later, but like yeah, it's just her face is all fluffy, but the rest of her is very very short haired. But yes, she's just popped her head up over there. But no, that's so great that you just give opportunities to people to film your music videos, and then obviously you upload them. They get heaps of views. And that person's like, yeah, I filmed that. That's me holding that camera. And you would not have, and you can't really say that, like, you know, it looks incredibly professional. It doesn't look like just a random person or a random scene or whatever has just been filmed. It looks like it's been professionally done, which is just such a credit to the fact that it's been done.
Also, it's my editing as well. I'm good with editing. So even if it's filmed like not super good, but my friends did it well. I'm not saying they don't know how to film. They filmed it perfectly. But sometimes, like, even if like somebody is very anxious, thinks that maybe they think that their hands will shake when they film something, I can fix that afterwards when I edit the video, so nothing is. But talking about the song, it was originally a song from Max's point of view, Max from Stranger Things. And I wrote it like a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
I have a little clip on Insta and on TikTok. It was originally like I started a TikTok thing when people asked me to write a song about a character. And back then, Stranger Things were like on hype. Everybody watched it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was like, okay, Max's song. And I basically, like, it was so fast. I guess I wrote it like, 5-10 minutes. I already like put it. Then I just recorded a voice and it was already like ready.
Yeah, wow.
So I did it. And people seemed to like it and they were like, I need a full song. And again, I was kind of slow, but a year and a half later, I was like, let's change it. And I added some stuff. So it doesn't really, if you listen to this song, you don't understand if it's about like maybe a love interest or maybe somebody you lost, because it can be like your relative, somebody like who is very dear to you. Actually, this song more is about like loss and death to me than just about like losing somebody as a love interest.
Right, okay, right. No, it's really cool. Like, it really just, it goes in all sorts of directions. As you say, like, you can't really fixate exactly on what it is, but I think there's a certain element about it that does sort of connect with lots of people individually, you know, about that feeling of feeling lost or feeling like they're not too sure what they're doing or where they are and that sort of thing. And yeah, and as I said, the melodies in it are so nice and just hooky that, I mean, even when I was in the supermarket today, it just came in, it just played in my brain. And I was like, I'm just singing it again. Oh, but that mustn't just be me, right? Like, that must be, lots of people must be having that same sort of thing. So obviously it's a very well-written song on your behalf. So well done with that one. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was surprised people.
Yeah.
They pretend. Actually, I very much relate to the lyrics that I wrote. It's not that I don't relate to the others, but this one, I'm just like, this is how I feel. This is like thing. Because again, people that I come across are not necessarily like good people, and sometimes they inspire me to write something in my music. And I was like, actually, I'm so sick of meeting the wrong people, and I don't want to chase anybody, because you know how it is. I don't know how it is with girls and you, but a lot of times boys like start chasing you. You're just like, oh, whatever. Then you start talking to them. You think, oh my god, you might have a great personality. Let's be friends. And they just like want you to chase them now. And I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to chase anybody.
No. It's such a, it's weird. Like, I mean, even I've been in the, I'm getting personal now, but even so, I've been in the situation where, like, you know, I've had feelings for somebody else, or maybe they've had feelings for me or whatever. And, you know, sometimes I do feel like I'm chasing somebody or they're chasing me, but it's after a while, it's kind of just like, man, like, let me just do my thing. And if that sort of happens, like if the right person comes along and I actually have a physical attraction to them to the point where I want to be like, I want to, like, you know, prioritize you over all the other stuff that I'm doing, then I'll do that. I'm not going to be chasing you. I'll just tell you straight up, like, yeah, this is how I feel and whatever. Like, I'm not going to be trying to chase a lead or have a lead chasing me or something like that, because it's such a waste of time, and sometimes it just doesn't really come to anything. But I think this song really, like, does sort of throw into that concept a lot. And I think that this song's also really well track listed, personally, because it's a really like, again, upbeat kind of like fun song coming out of those last two, which are like obviously a bit more vulnerable and downbeat. So it's in a really good spot, I think.
Thank you. I actually put a lot of consideration into the order of the songs, and if you noticed, because somebody actually noticed, and I was like, okay, finally, it's not like Taylor Swift fans, but still somebody noticed an Easter egg. I don't know if it's the right word to use, but if you listen to the album, you can hear like from Phobia of Love, it goes to Friends, and like disappointed, and you miss the person, so you goes to like Cold and Scared. Then from Cold and Scared, you go to I forgot the order. Oh, I Feel Lost.
Yes.
I Feel Lost.
Yeah.
Then from I Feel Lost, it goes to Play Pretend, because it's like my character from this album is literally like, I'm done of chasing people up. I'm done of grieving. I just want to live, and if you really want me to be in your life, do it. Like, do stuff. I don't trust words, I trust actions. So
of
if
course.
you want my attention, just like do nice things and stop treating me like shit and stuff, because I know I deserve that. That's how like the message of the song.
Yeah, 100%. No, that's an awesome way to think about it. And yeah, as I say, it's so good that, as it comes out of that low point of the album with those downbeat tracks, it pops straight back up with this track, which is such a great track to kick back into shape.
I wanna kiss in the rain. I wanna be.
I guess like personal kind of song. It's almost like, a love letter to someone, or like your deepest desires in a way sort of being broadcasted out in that sort of a manner. Did you sort of write it to be like that?
Okay, so basically, if you check the first chorus, I'm singing, I'm the type you've never met and most likely won't forget, because usually, most of the time, it happens like this. When I stop talking to like somebody, they always come back into my life again, and they're just like, hey, I'm back. And I think it happens with a lot of people. I'm just like, but didn't you like do me wrong? Didn't you like mess everything up? And they're just like, yeah, but I miss you. And it happens like all the time. Literally like 3 people from my past life texted me last week. 3 people at the same time. And I was like, I don't like this is some moon power or something, but at the same time that was so
some shift.
And Kiss in the Rain was basically like, I was a huge fan of the Vampire Diaries growing up.
Right.
And they had this scene that literally stayed in my head forever, even though I watched the Vampire Diaries when I was what, 13, 14? It was a long time ago. And they had this super romantic scene when Damon and Elena kiss under the rain, and she asks him like, promise me this is forever. He says, I promise. And it was so romantic. And when I saw this scene for the first time, I was like, this is what love looks like. I want to like this. So when I listen to the chorus of the song, this is the image that comes up in my mind.
Right. That's really cool. And I think that goes for a lot of sort of things like that with like the movies and TV influence that it does have over people, that, especially when it comes to the romantic side of things, you watch how like characters interact on screen, or how characters meet each other, or their romantic storylines unfold into them obviously getting together. And you're kind of like, I think a lot of people sort of fantasize about having that happen in their real life as well. I mean, to a point, I have that fantasy myself as well. But like, I think that everyone sort of has that kind of fantasy. So it's cool that you obviously like you brought that out in the form of a song to sort of share with everybody.
Yeah, actually, I want to ask your followers, my followers, if they're listening and watching, did anybody ever anybody ever kissed in the rain? I think that would be very uncomfortable.
It depends if you like to get wet, I suppose.
I mean, I had an experience of somebody like trying to kiss my hand, and it was raining, and my reaction was priceless. I was like, what are you doing? And, when discussing this with a person, after that, like this person was like, literally, when I like went around the corner, I started laughing because I couldn't like handle it because your face was like, ew.
Oh man, I'll have to drop that in the comment section. Have you ever been kissed in the rain? Chuck that down
Yeah.
in the bottom of the comment section. Personally, my favorite kiss in the rain that I've seen in a movie was from The Notebook. But that was like a lot of rain. Like, that was a lot of rain. And I'm like, geez, that's
I
gonna be
don't. I,
like,
I remember it like slightly. That was crazy. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I was
in
wondering
one
how
of
that would have felt.
it also said this song sounds like a sex song, and I was like, okay, if you do it, tell me because that would be embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah.
I loved all it feels, all it think about it this. I don't need your love.
Remix of your single Dollar Bills that you released a while back. So how did you go about getting that remixed? It's a great remix, by the way, really good.
Actually, I just was insecure. That's how I remake all of my songs because I thought back then I couldn't mix stuff good enough, and I was like, actually, this song would sound better if it was more of like electropop than just like with a guitar and stuff. I
Yeah,
also decided to get more passionately.
yeah.
So yeah, I remade it. Now it sounds sort of harsh, but I like it. It's like a collab remix.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. It's a really cool, funky way to end the album, I think, as well. It almost like ends it on a positive, on like a real positive note. Like, you've almost gone through all of this stuff, all these like, shit people and all these like emotions through your journey, and then you end it with like a remix of this thing. Like, yeah, just I've had all these things go on the entire time, and now I'm ending it on a high note, being like, yeah, like let's just go party and forget
Yeah,
about all
it's
the
like
troubles and
my
stuff.
conclusion. My conclusion
Yeah.
is basically, I love money, and I don't want to like want anybody. Just money, 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 money. Like, don't hurt your feelings.
Yeah, yeah, no, 1,000% does not. That much is true. The wonderful things about this album was that I was able to listen to it early before you released it because you gave me some of the tracks to listen to and to write my ideas down and to obviously pass them on to you. And in doing that, it actually makes me feel a bit more of a connection to the songs themselves because, obviously I listened to each of them around 10 times before they even came out. And so now it's like, oh, now they're here again for me to listen to now in my everyday life. And it's like, oh, cool. And I know exactly how they go. I know sort of what goes where because obviously I listened to them previously. And it's really cool. I think it's really great that you gave, not only me, but you gave fans the opportunity to listen to your music early in order to give you, some feedback and to see if they like them or not.
Yeah, I always like to send people stuff before I release it, like a group of people. I pick some people because I need their honest opinion in order not to be insecure in the end when I like release stuff and I'd be like, okay, maybe it's only me who likes it, but like, what if others won't like it? But I know it's important that I like my music, and I
Of
do,
course.
but I still need some sort of validation, as we all need. Even though if we say we don't need validation, we do need validation.
Yeah. No, 1,000%. I think every now and then, yeah, we do need some validation and then that sort of thing every now and then. But even so, it's such a cool way to, have an album like that. And another thing that I really wanted to say was that I like the way that you kind of just dropped this album out of nowhere. It was sort of just came up one day and it just sort of was like, oh, this album is now just fully out for everyone to listen to everywhere. And I was like, oh wow, shit, okay, it's out now. That's crazy. But then like, because I mean, a lot of times these days, especially, with musicians and stuff, they'll release a single or like 2 or 3 singles from like a big release, and they'll let that go for a while and get some build up as it goes before they release the full thing. And that's how they go about getting like more streams and all that sort of thing. But I really admire the fact that you sort of just dropped it straight away for everyone to listen to all at once. And it seemed that it still got a lot of people interested, and a lot of people sort of still jumped on it straight away and listened to the full thing like in a row. So I think that was really great. Was that something that you planned, or was that something that just happened by mistake, or like what was like the mindset through doing that?
Thank you for the kind words. Honestly, I'm a very impatient person. I don't like to wait. And when other musicians drop their music and they're just like, okay, so my album will come out in like what a year. Okay,
Yeah.
but some people just like 3 months. Okay,
6
let's be
months,
honest.
yeah.
I'll forget about this album in a week,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I will literally forget about it. But
Yeah.
with my fans, I think like they like the fact that I'm pretty unpredictable, and I like to just throw things for them to enjoy. And actually, I think this way you get more honest feedback from your followers because they don't expect it, and they
Yeah.
want to tell you nice things just because they waited for the album. Oh, and
Yeah.
actually, it can be quite the opposite though, because some people just like waiting for an album of some musician, and they did drop something really different from what they expected, and they're just like, my expectations are ruined. And
Yeah,
I
of course, yeah.
don't want to like build expectations. I just want to share something that right now I'm feeling,
Yeah.
and I want to ask people like, do you feel like this too? Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like a really good way to go about it, because I mean, myself as a musician, I've had just recently so many songs that I've written that, you know, I wrote a couple of years ago that I basically have to kind of rewrite now, because it's like, well, now I feel differently compared to what I felt back then. But then if I put these songs out now, then it's like, oh, it's kind of false, because it's like that's how old me kind of felt, and new me, and like the new me, because we're always ever changing, is sort of like, I'm not really in that mindset anymore. So it's kind of cool that, like, you know, you can record your songs and be like, yeah, this is how I feel right now. Boom, I'm going to put it out to you straight away before, you know, that feeling passes and I don't feel that way anymore. But you can still listen to it straight away.
Yeah, because I also change my mind all the time. Just like, but the old me was pretty dumb. Like, what? Yeah. And honestly, like, again, with Phobia, I was like, I need to release this song because, like, still, I have a phobia of love, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Because we all have commitment issues in this generation.
100%, I
Commitment
agree.
issues, trust issues, like everything. All of the issues you can imagine.
Yes. No, I completely agree with that. But either way, it's a really great album. You really have created something really great for people to listen to. And like, just for me, the entire thing just sounds like a massive improvement on everything that you've done so far. Like, it sounds like it's the best that it can be. Like, the songwriting is so much better, the sound of it is so much better, and I can only see your releases getting better, and yourself as a musician getting better and better the more that you go on, because this one is currently, in my opinion, the best that you have done so far.
Thanks to my music producing skills and the guys that messed me up. But yeah, I think I finally found my sound. Maybe again, I will move to something less electro, because right now I want to learn how to play guitar properly to add it to my songs. Because like I think I went sort of really deep into electropop.
Absolutely.
That's heavy.
Yeah, I mean, well, as I said, there's some elements with, like, you know, I mean, Cold and Scared is a perfect example where, like, there's an acoustic guitar, it's a bit more downbeat, and it shows that really suits you and your voice really, really well. So that's like another avenue that you can take for the next bunch of songs that you release or the next album that you decide to do. There's so much that you can do in, you know, the time that you've got. So it's exciting. It's really, really exciting.
Thank you, but I'm really like happy with the record I've made because I've always wanted to make this exact like pop bad bitch record.
Absolutely.
That sounds like Lady Gaga, Charlie XCX, Grimes all together, and a little bit of Lana Del Rey.
Yeah. Well, I can say right now that you've made one absolute bad bitch of an album in Phobia. So get on it, everyone. Listen to Phobia by DashaDay. It's an awesome listen. It's on your Spotify. It's on your iTunes. Full thing on YouTube. You can watch the I Feel Lost music video as well. That's on YouTube as well. DashaDay, thank you so much for joining me. This has been so awesome to chat with you. Everyone go listen to Phobia.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but like next album, we all need to get rid of our phobias and work on ourselves.